Hey guys, welcome to my home. Give me 1 second to get this set up. I'm going to give everybody a minute to get in and get to your mat. Those of you who haven't practiced with me before, my name is Rachel. I am a certified hot yoga instructor, instructing from home today. So welcome to my space, welcome to my home. I'm so glad you could make it for this nice slow flow. We're going to focus on our breathing today, and we're going to focus on the posture and really holding things in. And you don't have audio because I'm not plugged in. Hold on. All right, now can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. I'm here. Okay. Welcome to my home, you guys. My name is Rachel. Those of you who haven't taken class with me before, I'm a certified hot yoga instructor, instructing from the heat of my own home today. We've got the dog outside, so hopefully he doesn't bother us too much with his barking. I really appreciate you guys coming into my home and joining me from yours, and I really hope that you can focus on your breath today and focus on the movement, and I hope you enjoy. So let's start on our mats. I want you to start on your knees today. You can curl the toes under if you want a nice foot stretch. Otherwise, lay the shins flat, lay the toes flat, and really zip up through those thighs. Start to bring the palms onto the thighs, face down, face up, whatever feels good for you today, guys. Listen to your body today. Listen to the movement of your breath. So as you come here, start to find stillness. Inhale deeply in, filling the belly. Good, and on the exhale, allow the shoulders to drop back and down, lifting the head over the heart and stacking that heart right over the pelvis. You might have to lean back a little bit, really activate through that core to lift through that belly. Good. Start to close your eyes. Start to focus on your breath. Allow your eyes to hang heavy. Just let the eyeballs sink heavily into your skull. Good. Allow the jaw to relax. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Inhale deeply. Good. Exhale fully, keeping those eyes closed. Just starting to breathe, starting to focus on that breath in and out through the nose. That breath is so important, you guys. During our yoga practice, when it starts to get intense, we really want to use this in and out breath through the nose. When we start activating our breath through our mouth, it activates a fight or flight, making us want to run and jump off the mat and not be a part of what's going on. And if we can focus our breath in and out through that nose, breathing deep, it allows us to focus in on the pose and move through whatever frustration or tension we might be feeling. Inhale deeply. Good. Exhale fully. Nice. Inhale deeply. Lift that chest up to the sky. Exhale, drop those shoulders back and down and allow the sits bones to really sink into the heels. With those eyes closed, draw your hands together at heart center in prayer. I know the legs might be talking to you. It's okay. We're almost done here. Just a few more breaths. I want you to come to an intention for just a moment. Find an intention for your practice, maybe for your day, maybe for your life. I like to use really positive statements such as I am, I have, I do, and then fill in the blank there at the end. Inhaling deeply through that nose. Exhaling deeply through that nose. Good. Hold that intention right there at your heart center. Now, open the fingers. Keep the palms together, but start to spread the fingers wide like you're opening through a lotus. Good, little lotus flower right there at your heart center, and then picture that intention being sent out into the universe. Inhale deeply. Exhale, send it out through that lotus flower. Good, smile, turn the corners of your mouth up. Say something nice to yourself, guys, and mean it, please. Good, inhale deeply. Exhale, open the eyes, drop the hands down, start to walk it forward, coming onto all fours for just a moment. So I want you to think about stacking the hips over the knees, extend out like two railroad tracks behind you with those shins, really point through the toes and ground in through the tops of the feet. Then think about stacking the shoulders over the wrists here. Spread your palms wide. Wrist creases are going to be parallel with the top of your mat. And you're working to rotate the elbows so the eye of the elbow faces forward. That way, when we begin to bend, we're going to bring those biceps into the body. Then straighten up, extend the tailbone long, extend the crown of the head long, come into a neutral spine. Think about peeling the belly button up towards the spine and dropping the spine to meet it. Good. Inhaling deeply, start to drop that belly, look up to the sky. Eye gaze up towards the ceiling. Think about pressing up through the palms. Don't sink down into the shoulders here. Press up and out. Think upward facing dog, extending the crown of the head towards the tip of the tailbone. Press down through the shins behind you. Keep those legs active. Couple more breaths, really feeling the belly open up here. Good. Smile. And on your next exhale, think about creating a wave with your spine. Begin rounding through the tailbone, drawing the belly button up into the spine, tucking the chin into the chest, holding here, squeezing. Really tuck that chin in tight. Think about drawing that belly button as far up towards that spine as you can. Think about a Halloween kitty here. Arch that spine. Breathe. Good. Feel the shoulders opening up here. Feel the back of your back, the back side of your back opening up here. Each breath. Good. And now on your inhale, start to drop the belly. Look up to the sky. We're going to speed it up here. Begin moving with your own breath. Each exhale, we round and curl, tucking the chin tight into the chest, squeezing the belly button into the body. Each inhale, we start to drop that belly and look to the sky. Think about arching that back so hard that the crown of the head's going to touch the tailbone one day. It won't. But if you think about that, it really helps to peel that head up high, peel that tailbone up high. And when you round in, think about pushing the hips towards the elbows. They're not going to ever touch, but that action activates that core. You can also think about bringing a block in between the thighs here and squeezing, rotating those inner thighs together. Good. Inhale, drop that belly. Last time. Exhale, round and curl. Good. Now, come into that neutral spine. Crown of the head reaches forward. Tailbone reaches back. Curl onto the toes and lift the hips. Downward dog. Nice. Start to pedal it out here. It's our first down dog of class. We just came from that tabletop, so you might need to walk your hands out a little bit, about one hand length in front of you, to really start to create that extension. Now, listen to my foundation notes here. Spread the fingers wide. Wrist creases are parallel with the top of the mat still. And we're working to get those elbows so they're facing the body and the eyes of the elbows face forward towards the top of that mat. Now don't hyperextend here. Keep a nice micro bend in the elbows and then begin pressing the chest towards the thighs. This is going to allow you to rotate those upper arm bones up and out. And then think about having that block in between the thighs once more and squeeze those inner thighs together. Keep that micro bend in the knees. This is going to lift those hips to the sky and allow the heels to come down to the mat. Good. If the heels aren't into the mat, that's okay, you guys. Don't worry about it. Don't stress. You'll get there one day. Practice makes perfect, right? Good. Maybe shake the head no. Maybe nod it yes. Always ending on a positive note here. Good. Inhale, right leg lifts all the way up to the sky and we swing it all the way up and through to drop it down in between the hands. Now, if you struggled with dropping that foot, swinging it all the way up and dropping it through, I want you to think about having this leg kicked up in the air. Maybe you drop down onto that opposite leg and swing it around to the side, bringing it up and through in between the hands. Then squeeze in through that core and lift back up onto those toes. We're all here in long lunge. Good. Think about starting to draw this right thigh parallel with the mat below, keeping the knee above the ankle. Nice. Shift the body weight forward. Left leg lifts, standing splits for just a moment, and then we bring it to meet. Uttanasana, forward fold. Nice. Let the head hang heavy for a moment. Maybe again, another opportunity to shake the head no and nod it yes. Good. Just remembering, end on that positive note, you guys. Nice. Release the hands and start to trace a line up the front of those legs, stacking one vertebrae at a time as you come on up. Shoulders and then head are always going to be last to rise. And then we're going to reach those arms up to the sky. Draw the arms down into a cactus. Extend the hips forward. Microbend in the knees as you exhale, back bend, let it go. Good. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down. We're going to move into our little pranayama ball. So I want you to walk the hands out and begin to curl onto the toes, bringing the knees up high, starting to tuck the chin into the chest, squeezing the belly button to the spine, and round and curl, drawing your forehead into your knees. Now don't sink onto your heels here. Whoops, almost fell over, guys. Lift up a little bit. Imagine that block in between the thighs once more and really round that forehead into the knees. Breathing here. Holding. Good. Listen closely. On the inhale, lift the hips, keeps the heels lifted. And then on the exhale, release the heels down. Slowly start to trace that line up the front of those legs. Come on up. Stacking head over heart. Reach the arms up to the sky. Tuck the tailbone. Exhale, let it go. Good. We have 2 more of those. Lighting a little fire. Swan dive down. Press the sides of the room away with your hands as you fold with a flat spine, coming all the way down. Release the hands into the floor. Walk them out. Curl onto the toes. Chin into chest. Forehead into the knees. Breathing deep, inhaling deeply. You can walk the hands back to frame through those biceps a little bit more around the knees or around the thighs here. Lifting up from that pelvic floor. Don't sink down. Good. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, releases the heels. Slowly start to round it up. Trace that line up the front of the legs. Shoulders come back and down. Reach for the sky. Tuck that tailbone. Let it go. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, last time. We push the sides of the room away. Swan dive down. Come on down. Forward fold first, then walk the hands out in front. Knees into the forehead, chin into the chest. Create that little ball. Light that fire, light that prana, that energy. In and out through that nose, really tucking the chin into the chest, really rounding that forehead into the knees. Good. Last breath. Inhale, lift those hips up to the sky. Exhale, release the heels. Slowly begin tracing that line. Come on up. Keep a micro bend in those knees. Shoulders come back and down. Head lifts, reach up, tuck the tailbone, let it go. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down. Press the sides of the room away. Hands come to frame the feet. Step the right foot back and then the left. Find yourself in plank here. You can drop down to the knees at any time. Maybe you move through a chaturanga flow. If you're on the knees, make sure you're extending from the crown of the head to the tip of the tailbone, and everybody's going to shift that body weight forward. Look over that ledge. Eyes of the elbows face forward so we can bring the biceps into the body. Come down halfway. Push up. Come all the way down. If you're on the knees, come into cobra. Little baby cobra here. If you're moving into upward facing dog, make sure you're not sinking into those shoulders. You're pressing up and out. Look to the sky. Good. If you're in this cobra, lift your hands. Press into that pelvic floor. Good. Everybody ground in through those palms. Roll over the toes. Shift it back. Downward facing dog. Nice work, guys. Pedal it out. Breathe. In and out through that nose. Eyes, the elbows face forward, drawing that chest towards the thighs. Start to really ground into your downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lifts the left leg up this time. Swing it all the way up and through. Drop it in or drop down to that knee and swing the leg up and through, curling back onto the toes. We all meet in that long lunge. Nice. Inhale, shift the body weight forward. Right leg lifts. Drop it down. Uttanasana, forward fold. Letting it hang heavy here, grabbing for opposite elbows, opposite wrists. Rock it side to side gently for just a moment. Good. Release the hands, release the rock. Really zip up through those feet. Now I want you to lift up through all of your toes and start to replace those toes back onto the mat, starting with the pinky toe, one at a time. until you get all the way to that big toe and feel how your feet ground in with all four corners. Good. That micro bend in the knees as we slowly start to rise up. Good. Shoulders come back and down and away. We reach for the sky. Exhale, let it go. Back bend. Nice work. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Close your eyes. Notice the gentle sway of your body. Keep breathing here. Good. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Let your eyeballs hang heavy. Relax the shoulders back and down. Good. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. Inhale, open the eyes, smile, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive. Press the sides of the room away as you come on down, flat back. Uttanasana, forward fold. Good. Bend through both knees and step the right foot back. Good. Plant the hands here and then step the left foot back. We're back in that plank, choosing to move through that vinyasa flow or just meeting me in downward facing dog. Shift the body weight forward. Look over that ledge. Come down halfway and then push up. Then we come all the way down, up and through, either into your Urdhva Mukha Svanasana or into Cobra. Good. If you're in this Cobra, pressing through the hips, pressing through the tops of the feet, lift through the hands, lift through the chest, draw the shoulder blades together. Good. Press through the hands, curl onto the toes, lift those hips. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths. They call this a resting posture in yoga. If you haven't been doing yoga for very long, that's kind of hard to believe, but it's true. Good. Inhale, right leg lifts. Swing it all the way up and through or drop it down to that left knee and swing it through. Everybody meets in that long lunge. Try and bring this right thigh parallel with the mat below. Now, rotate the back foot 90 degrees. So your left foot is going to become parallel with the back of your mat. Right toes face forward, right knees staying stacked over that right ankle. And then windmill up, use your core, come on up. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Good. Sink it down, allow that knee to go a little bit forward, but don't allow it to pass the ankle. Press in through the knife's edge of the left foot. Microbend in the left knee, activate that center, activate that core, and then begin to rotate your body, your torso, towards the side of your mat, opening up through this right hip. Reach the arms out, shoulder height, and then drop the shoulders back and down. Breathing here, looking out over the right fingertips, smile. Say, I am a strong warrior, and then sink it down a little more. Good. Drop the right hand to the inside of the right thigh. Begin pushing with the back of the right hand inside of that thigh, and then reach the left arm up to the sky. Open up that right shoulder, and then begin to open up the left shoulder. Bring the chin towards that left shoulder, and then look up towards that left thumb. Control your breath. Sink it down a little farther. Think about drawing those shoulders back and down. Find the crescent moon in your left thumb. Good. Windmill back out. Warrior 2. Nice. Straighten through that left leg. Draw the right hand forward and the left hand back. Drop the left hand down the left thigh, but don't press into that left thigh. Good. Now sink down into that right knee. Bend it and begin reaching the left arm behind your back, working to grab for the right inner thigh. If this is too much for you, maybe you start walking those fingers that way. Look up at the right thumb. Square up through the hips. Imagine squeezing a block in between the thighs. Smile. Have fun. Good. Windmill out. Virabhadrasana 2. Good. Windmill down. Frame the right foot. Rotate on that back foot. Now, shift the body weight forward. Left leg lifts. Drop it down. Uttanasana. Forward fold. Let it hang heavy for just a moment. Good. And then we start to rise up. Trace that line. Stack that heart. Heart over pelvis. Head over heart. Reach the arms up. Squeeze the tailbone. Exhale. Let it go. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, we swan dive forward. Come on down. Let's go on to the other side. Step the left foot back. Holding here for just a moment. Then grounding through the palms. Step the right foot back. Good. Extend through the heels. Drop down to the knees if you need. Otherwise, we're shifting that body weight forward. Look over that ledge. Come down halfway. Woo! Push up. I'm working on my chaturangas, guys. Shift that body weight forward. Come all the way down. Up and through. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Look up to the sky. Good. Exhale. Shift it back. Downward dog. Nice. Resting posture for just a couple of breaths. Good. Inhale. Lifts that left leg up. Swing it all the way up and through. Long lunge. Square up through the hips. Right hip forward. Left hip back. Good. Now rotate on that back foot 90 degrees. Right outer foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Draw the left hand inside the arch and windmill it up. Virabhadrasana 2. Now make sure that the knee stays stacked over the ankle. Shift it down so this left thigh becomes parallel with the mat below. Now we're pressing the weight into the knife's edge of that right foot, and there's a micro bend in this right knee so we can activate all the muscles in that leg. Whew, good job. Sink it down a little lower. Reach those arms out. Shoulders come back and down and away. Look out over the left fingertips. Open up through those hips. Breathe. Good. Smile as you look out over those fingertips. Say, I am a strong warrior. Nice. Drop the left hand to the inside of that left thigh. Use the back of the hand to press in on that left inner thigh. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Good. Look up at the right thumb. Shoulders come back and down. We're working to squeeze those shoulder blades together behind us. Good. Stay open here. Sink it down a little farther. Good. Windmill back out. Virabhadrasana 2. Nice. Straighten up through the left leg. Drop the right hand to the right thigh. Reach the left arm up to the sky. No pressure in this right hand, guys. Look up at the left thumb. Now sink down into the left knee. Breathe. Good. We reverse that warrior. Windmill it open. Warrior 2. Smile as you windmill down. Frame the foot. Step the right foot up. Standing splits. And we bring it down to meet the left. Uttanasana, forward fold. Now, guys, remember, this is just a guide. I am just a guide, I should say. If at any time you need to drop down, grab a sip of water, do so. It's okay. This is your home practice. You can pause the video. It's nice. You won't miss a thing. I guess if you're watching this live, it's a little different. Inhale, start to rise up. Trace that line up the front of the legs. Stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae, shoulders come back and down. Head lifts, reach to the sky. Tuck the tailbone, let it go. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Close your eyes. Good. Elbows out to the sides of the room. Keep the arms active. Shoulders drop back and down. You guys are doing great. I'm sure of it. You made it to your mat. You should be uber proud of yourself for just doing that today. Doesn't matter if you fall out of the postures, out of the poses. Doesn't matter if your mind wanders during your meditation. Just the fact that you showed up for yourself today means so much. Good. Smile. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Good. Sink it back into the heels and lift the toes. Keep the eyes closed. Start to ground down through those toes one at a time. Coming all the way to that big toe. Good. Feel all four corners of those feet ground into the mat. Micro bend in those knees. Open the eyes. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down. Come on down. Forward fold. Good. Step the right foot back, followed by the left. You can step, hop, or jump it back here, finding yourself in that plank. Moving through that vinyasa flow of your choice. And meeting me in downward facing dog. Breathe. Good. Walk the hands back to meet the feet. Start to slowly rise up, tracing that line up the front of the legs. Shoulders come back and down and away. Head lifts, reach up again. Exhale, let it go. Gentle back bend. Good. Inhale, reach up. Grab a hold of that right wrist. So we're moving into Ardha Chandrasana, our half moon pose, or our version of half moon pose. So I want you to squeeze those legs together, tuck and lift. Imagine that current of energy that flows up the front of your body, rounds out through the top of your head, and actually grounds down the backside of your body. Okay? Grab a hold of that right wrist. Right palm faces the sky. Draw the pinkies back behind you. Shoulders come back and down. Good. Lift up that chest. Inhale. Shift the weight over to the right. Shift those hips over to the right and start drawing the right arm over the right ear. Keep extending out through the crown of the head. Maybe lift the chin up. If you had a mirror in front, you should be able to see your throat there. So maybe lift it a little higher. Look to the corner of your ceiling. Really feeling the stretch from this right pinky all the way down the outside of the arm into that right hip and into the outside edge of that right foot. Good. Inhale, come on back. Exhale, slight back bend, let it go. Good. Inhale, reach on back up. This time, grab a hold of the left wrist. Left palm goes up. Start to draw the pinkies back behind you and the shoulders back and down and away. Tuck the tailbone. Imagine that current of energy lifting up the front side, grounding down the back side. Hold it here, squeezing and lifting, and then start to press the weight, shifting the hips towards the left. We're working into the nice edge of that left foot. Draw the left shoulder, left bicep over the left ear. Now think about drawing the right shoulder under and the left shoulder back. Good. Look up a little bit. Lift the chin. Good. Nice work, you guys. Feeling the stretch from the left pinky all the way down the outside edge of this body, into the hip, into the nice edge of that foot. Good. Feel the side body open. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, slight back bend, let it go. Good. Inhale, reach those arms back up to the sky. Exhale, down to heart center. Nice. Smile. Another opportunity to say something nice to yourself here. Good. We should be back at the back of our mat here. Reach those arms back up to the sky and press the sides of the room away as you swan dive forward. Come on down and walk the hands out. Nice. Shift that body weight forward. Come into plank. Hold. Just holding here. That's all we're doing. Activating that core. Think about extension through the heels. Think about pressing up and out of your shoulders. Don't sink down here. Press up and out. Maybe even widen the stance on your hands a little bit. Just holding here. Bringing the hips parallel with the mat below. Think about drawing the belly button up towards the spine, and the spine is dropping down to meet it. Breathing in and out through that nose. My body's starting to shake. Hopefully yours is too. Good. Exhale, drop it down to the knees, release through the toes, sink hips to the heels, and walk the hands back to frame through the feet. Bring the forehead into the mat and let it go. Allow the shoulders to round around those knees. Let them hang heavy. Let the arms just drape here. Letting go. Good. Maybe start rocking that forehead side to side, releasing some tension in that third eye area. Think about letting those eyeballs hang super heavy in your head. Think about releasing the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Let the jaw hang heavy here. Good. Stop the rocking. Press that third eye into the mat a little bit harder. Activate that third eye and then slowly start to round it up. Really round through that spine. When you get to the top, shoulders come back and down. Lift the chin parallel with the mat. Crown of the head reaches to the sky. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, shift it all the way forward. Curl onto the toes, lift the hips downward, facing dog. Nice work, you guys. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Nice. Walk those hands back to meet the feet once more. Moving into Dandayamana, Dhanurasana, standing bow pulling pose. So we want to start at the back of the mat. First things first, I want you to look out in front. Find a point out in front, just below your nose, that you can keep a hold of during this practice, or that you can look to find once we start to reach up, okay? Once you have that eye gaze, start to lift up from that pelvic floor. Imagine that current of energy lifting the front side of the body, grounding down the back side. Tuck and lift that tailbone, shoulders back and down. Good. Arms by your sides for just a moment. Release that tension from your face. Good. Release the tension from your jaw. Nice. Inhale, reach up to the sky, hands to come together in prayer. Interlace just the thumbs here and really squeeze the fingers together. Draw the shoulders back and down and bring the biceps away from the ears. Step it forward with the right foot. Begin grounding in through the heel first and round in through that foot so you can gather all of the mat underneath that right foot. Now we begin to shift it forward onto the right leg. Starting to find balance first. Maybe you tap that left toe. Keep a micro bend in this right leg, guys. It's going to be what holds you up. Draw those thumbs back. Reach to the sky. Good. Now start to trace a line. You're going to trace a line down the inside of your arm with the left hand. Trace a line down the inside of the right arm and across your chest. Begin reaching the left arm behind you. Open up. Really draw that left shoulder back so you can have a lot of access to gather up that leg. Then kick up and grab for the inside arch, or maybe for the inside of that ankle there. You might even be at a point where you're grabbing your shin. I'm not quite there yet. I'm still grabbing a hold of the inside of my arch. Once you do that, I want you to squeeze through the legs, draw those legs, zip those legs up together, and start to face your hip points towards the front of the room. Good. Find that point that I told you to find earlier. Look at it. And then start to release the right arm in line with your shoulder. Keep the torso lifted here. Now, can you kick into that left hand with the left foot? That kick should start to lift that leg, open up that left shoulder, and it'll help extend that right arm forward. Good, breathing here. If you fall out, get back in. Yoga practice, not yoga perfect, guys. The cool part about yoga is that there's always somewhere to go. So even if you're just right here today, that's okay. You already know where you're headed. And then once you're in that Dandayamana Dhanurasana, that standing bow pulling pose, eventually you're working to really grow those toes out of the top of the head. And I'm not sure what it moves into after that, but I'm sure there's something else that it can move into. It's funny, once you master a pose in yoga, sometimes you find where it's headed. Good. Wherever you're at, slowly start to come out. Try not to slingshot. Draw the heels and toes together to touch hands together at heart center. Close your eyes. Breathing deep. In and out through that nose. Good. Welcome the sweat. Welcome the flow. Welcome the heart. Maybe it's pounding for you. If you do feel your heartbeat, try and feel it through your thumbs right now that they're there at heart center. Good work, you guys. Smile, open the eyes, step it back to the back of your mat. Now, the reason we do this is so that we can find that same unwavering point out in front, that same drishti gaze, okay? Inhale, reach the arms up, hands come together in prayer. Try and interlace the opposite thumb on top this time, and then draw the thumb tips back and away, shoulders come back and down. Lift. Imagine that current of energy lifting the front side, grounding down the back side. Thumbs back and away. Good. This time, shifting the weight into the right leg, step the left foot forward, grounding in through the heel first. Roll through that foot so you can feel all four corners of that foot touch onto the mat. Keep a micro bend in that left knee. Keep reaching those arms up. Maybe you tap this right toe. Good. Opening up. You should be feeling a stretch up the sides of your body here as you open up. Good. Maybe you begin to trace that line with the right fingertips down the inside of the left arm, across the chest, and reach that right arm back behind you, really opening up this right shoulder. That way you can really extend that right arm out. Good. Kick up, grab a hold of that foot. Grabbing for the inside arch, the inside of the ankle, or maybe even going for that shin if you're super flexible in this posture already. Nice. Drop the left arm down. Keep it in line with your shoulder. Keep your torso lifted. Think about keeping that head stacked over your heart and your heart over your pelvis. Now, you can stay right here, finding balance, release, zipping up through those legs, opening up through the shoulders, and drawing the hip points forward. If you're already there, maybe you begin kicking into that right hand, allowing the toes to grow up and overhead. Allow the kick to be what draws your body forward. Keep extending up through the crown of the head. Keep reaching that torso long. If you fall out, get back in. Just means that you're human, guys. Getting back in makes you a yogi. Smile. Give it one more go wherever you are. And then gently, try not to slingshot. Release. Heels and toes touch. Hands together at heart center, we close our eyes once more. Maybe lifting through the toes, you can really ground into the floor here. Feeling the gentle sway of your body, acknowledging that gentle sway is guided by your breath. Nice work, you guys. Good. We have one more standing flow, and then we're going to move down to the mat. So we're going to work on a little eagle wrap pose today. And that eagle wrap is going to lead us into Tulandandasana, or standing staff pose. So the way we're going to begin is bring the heels and toes to touch. You don't have to turn to face me. Just make sure that you're going to be able to extend your arm out in front of you and your foot out behind you. So make sure you have enough room. Pick your adventure here on your mats. Good. So you're going to zip up, lift up from that pelvic floor, ground those shoulders back and down. Reach those arms up and overhead. Now, drop the right arm so it comes into an L shape right in front of your body, and then swing the left arm up and underneath. Start wrapping up through those arms, and maybe you start to draw the palms together. Shoulders come back and down. We squeeze the elbows in, start to draw the thumbs in towards the face. Maybe you're grabbing hold of the right thumb with the left fingertips. Maybe you're just working and reaching those fingertips as far as you can around that arm. Try and bring those thumbs in line with the nose. Look past those fingers, look past those thumbs, and really squeeze those shoulder blades back and down. Good. Now we're going to add on to the legs. I want you to shift the weight into the right foot, begin to lift up through the left leg. Sink it down a little on that right leg so you can begin wrapping the left leg up and around it. The more you sink down, the easier it's going to be. If you fall out, just get back in, you guys. Think about squeezing everything together. Good. Slowly start to release. Keep that left toe off the ground. Then begin kicking that left toe back. If you fall out, just tap that toe. It's okay. And then release through the arms. You can keep them here at prayer, working to draw that left heel down or left hip down. Or you can extend them out like airplane wings behind you. Or if you're really looking for that challenge, extend them out in front. But keep thinking about drawing the left hip down so it becomes parallel with the mat below. Maybe even bringing those hands to the hips will help remind you. Good. Slowly start to release. Release that big toe down. Release the foot down. Hands to heart center. Good. Moving on to the other side, you guys. Nice. Deep breaths. Good. Inhale, reach up. Drop the left arm down. Swing the right arm up and under. Start to interlace here. Working to get those palms to touch one day. Start to draw the thumbs towards the face. Shoulders come back and down. Good. Breathing here. Think about lifting the chest as you draw the shoulders back. It's really going to squeeze everything in here towards your body. Nice. Now shift the weight into the left leg. Bring the right leg up and over, And then start to wrap it around that shin. Sinking it down here will help you get a nice tight squeeze. Smile, have fun with it. If you fall out, get back in. Garudasana, eagle wrapped pose. Nice, inhale deeply, don't forget your breath. And slowly start to unravel. Start tracing that line across the mat. Unravel the arms, lifting up through that right leg, extend the arms out long. Choose your own adventure here. Start to draw that right hip down. Maybe you reach those arms forward. Good, slowly release. Heels and toes touch, hands together at heart center. Close your eyes for just a moment. Inhale through that nose. Exhale through that nose. Good. Gently drop your chin into your chest, giving thanks for our standing flow. Nice. Make your way down to the mat, coming first into a seated position on your bum, legs crossed. Good. Just begin to release. Gently coming back. Maybe you close your eyes here. Maybe not. Good. Really making sure to stack that head over the heart and the heart over the pelvis, lifting up from that pelvic floor. Still imagining that current of energy that's lifting the front side of the body and grounding down the back side. Good. Draw the soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. Working the heels towards that pelvic floor as much as you can here. The farther up you go, the more challenging it's going to be on those inner thighs and lifting here. So you might find that when you're really close your way up here, maybe try walking those toes out a little bit, creating more of a diamond shape here with the inside of your legs. Choose your own adventure here. You can grab a hold of the ankles if that feels good. Help lift and rise that front side of the body. Lift the chin, bring it parallel to the mat. Good, just breathing here. Smile. You can close your eyes for just a moment here. Maybe you take the soles of the feet and start to work them up towards the ceiling, opening the feet like you're opening a book here. This is going to work through the ankles and start to stretch the feet. You can look down into that book. Maybe you want to read that book. Nice edge of the feet are starting to come together, working those big toes out. Maybe you want to take and rub the soles of the feet here. Give yourself a nice massage, maybe through the ankles, through the calves. Always taking an opportunity to love ourselves, guys. Maybe you decide to say something nice to yourself here and mean it. Don't just be all nonchalant with your givings to yourself here. Really be truthful. Really have some meaning and intention behind the words you give to yourself and the words you say to yourself. Good. Maybe you need a little bit more here. Maybe the soles of the feet are way up in here, your legs are already flat, and you're just really feeling like you need a little bit more in those hips. If that's the case, keep that spine lifted and start to slowly walk those hands out in front of you, working to fold it over. Now, your feet can be anywhere and be folding over. So if you want a little bit more, maybe give it a whirl. See how it feels for your body. Maybe you bring the forearms into the mat. Think about it really extending that torso long. Imagine it's going to lay between your thighs once you finally get down there. Maybe your feet are right out in front. You want to draw the forehead into the soles of the feet if your feet aren't too dirty. LOL. Good. Maybe you walk those hands out a little farther. Good. Think about extending that chin out long. You should feel a nice stretch through that inner hip here and through the back side of your butt. Good. Pressing through the soles of the feet for just another moment. Maybe you come on up. Maybe you walk those heels in just a little bit farther and then lift up from that pelvic floor. Everybody come on up. Nice. Extend the right leg out long. Bring the heel of the left foot in. Good. Keep that left foot flexed and then inhale, reach up to the sky. Think about rotating your torso to face towards that leg, and then begin to fold the belly over the thigh. Keep that extension of that leg long. Keep extending and flexing through that right heel, and go as far as you can until you start to round over. Once you start to round over, I want you to lift up just a little bit. Come on up. Good. If you're beginning to round, you've gone a little too far for your spine. You want to think about folding the body, folding the entire torso along the leg, and extending the chin towards the foot, extending the nose towards the toes. Chin to shin, nose to toes. Maybe your forearms are in the ground here, but don't round out through that belly. Good. Inhale, start to rise on up. Shoulders come back and down. Reach up for the sky. Flex that foot hard. Good. Release the hands down. Switch. Left foot comes out. Right foot comes in. Really start to draw the sole of that right foot into that left thigh and flex through the left foot. Think about lifting the head over heart, heart over pelvis. Really stack everything on top. Inhale, reach on up for the sky. Really reach. You should feel the side body stretching here as you really claw towards the ceiling. And then rotate that spine. Rotate the torso so it faces that leg and begin to fold it down. Now, reach those hands out, but make sure that you're not folding and rounding in through the spine. Extension through the spine. Think about a long line from the crown of the head down to the tip of that tailbone. Keep flexing this foot hard like you're standing against a wall. Good. Chin to shin, nose to toes. Really extending out, reaching that nose out long. Good. Holding here, breathing. Allowing the body to shake. Maybe your forearms are coming into the ground. Maybe you're realizing that you need a pedicure. I imagine most of us do by now. Good. Another deep breath. Smile. Inhale. Start to come on up. Shoulders come back and down. Reach for the sky. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Draw that left foot in. Come on down to your back. I want you in Shavasana. Lay down on your back. Extend the feet long. Extend the crown of the head long. Shoulders come back and down. Lift that heart space up. Imagine drawing your shoulders together to really lift that heart space. And then extend those heels into the mat. Let the toes just hang heavy and release the arms for just a moment. Good. Tuck the chin into the chest. Lengthen your spine on the mat a little further. Good. Close your eyes. Find your breath. Nice. Start to draw the right knee into the chest. You can keep the eyes closed from here on out if you'd like. Just listen to my voice. Start flexing through that right foot and drawing that right knee in towards the face. Now, you're pulling onto the shin here, guys. Don't ever pull onto those knees. I don't want you to hyperextend your knees or blow out your knees. That would really defeat the whole purpose of us stretching and moving and grounding and balancing and all that good stuff. So start flexing both those feet hard. All the legs are active. Feel the belly pressing against the thigh. Imagine or feel how your breath is being constricted here. Even use that breath. Inhale it deeply enough that you can push back on that thigh. Pavanamuktasana, also known as wind liberation pose here. This pose is about releasing, guys. It's about letting go. So flex those feet hard. Imagine you're standing against two walls here. Push back that thigh with the belly breath. Feel the stretch through that right hip. Good. Tuck that chin into the chest if you've lost that tuck. Good. Keep releasing. Inhale deeply. Flex those feet hard. Squeeze that right knee in on the exhale. Exhales give us that opportunity to pull a little deeper. Now say to yourself here, I choose to release that which doesn't serve me anymore. Good. Squeeze a little tighter. Inhale. Exhale. Gently kick the left knee up to meet the right. Interlace that grip over the shins. Don't grab a hold of those knees. If you find it difficult to grab onto those fingers here over the shins, grab for a towel and draw that towel over the shins. Use it as a handhold to start peeling those knees in toward your face. Flex those feet hard. Imagine you're standing against the wall. When we activate our legs and press our feet like this, flexing our feet, especially when we're squeezing up into our belly, this prepares us for things like crow or, any sort of standing, balancing postures. Just really squeeze in here. Imagine that belly, or press that belly up into those thighs. Use that constricted breath in your favor. Looking up to the ceiling or eyes closed here, allow the eyeballs to really hang heavy in your head. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Keep flexing those feet hard, bending through the elbows here, working to draw those knees in towards the chest a little bit farther, really working to constrict that breath. Working on our transverse colon here. We worked on our ascending colon, and now we'll work on the transverse and move over to that left side with our descending colon. So once again, this is called Pavana Muktasana, and this is our wind liberation pose. This is where we get to release that stuff that isn't serving us anymore. So inhale deeply. And exhale, really draw those thighs into the chest, squeezing into that transverse colon, holding here, flexing those feet hard, breathing. Say to yourself on your next inhale, I lovingly choose to release that which no longer serves me. Good. Let it go with the exhale. Draw the knees in a little bit tighter. Each exhale in our yoga practice gives us an opportunity to take the pose a little deeper. Especially in these belly postures, we can really tuck that belly up and underneath the rib cage. Holding here for 3. Flex those feet hard. 2. Pull in a little tighter. 1. Gently release. Kick the right foot up to the sky. Flex through both those feet. Interlace those hands over that left shin and start to release the right foot down into the mat. Move like you're moving through molasses as you release that foot, and then let it go. Flex both feet hard and start to draw the left knee in towards the chest. Pavana Muktasana here on our left side. Nice work, you guys. Now the right side of our body, it's dominated by our male-dominated side, our Pingala, and the left side is guided by our female-dominated side, our Ida. Now remember, we're working on our descending colon here. This is where we're going to release all of that stuff that isn't serving us anymore. So keep flexing those feet hard. Keep constricting your breath with that thigh. Keep using that constricted breath, that belly breath, to push back on that thigh. Keep flexing the feet hard. Everything is active here. Draw the shoulders back and down into the mat. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Release the tension in your face. Inhale deeply. Exhale, really squeeze that thigh in, holding here for 5. For 4, say to yourself here, I lovingly choose to release that which no longer serves me. I am willing to change and I am willing to grow. Keep flexing those feet a little bit harder. Keep squeezing it in tighter. Take that exhale to really bring it in tighter. Good, and gently exhale. Release the sole of the foot up. Start to release the heel down into the mat. Letting it go for just a moment here. Good. Now start to draw the shoulders back and underneath the heart space. Lift that heart space. Let it shine. Good. Walk the hands out beside you like airplane wings. Make sure that the arms aren't going above the shoulders and that those shoulders aren't going above the ears. And release everything heavy into the mat. Start to walk the soles of the feet up towards the booty. And then windshield wiper the legs for just a moment, releasing any tension in that lower spine. Good. Now press into the soles of the feet. Lift the hips. Drop them over to the left side of your mat about 2 to 3 inches. Kick up off the soles of the feet. Draw the knees into the chest. And then think about drawing the knees towards that right elbow as you release the knees down towards the right side of your mat. Good. Really let it go here. Keep flexing those feet hard, feeling a nice opening through our belly here. Let the belly just hang heavy. This is one of those few postures we're not actually activating our core. Breathing deep. Smile. Open your eyes. Look out over that left fingertip, making sure the right shoulder stays grounded. Good. Flex those feet a little bit harder. Look up to the ceiling. Start to draw those knees into the chest. And then release the soles of the feet into the mat. Lift up through those hips. Bring them all the way over to the right side of your mat, releasing them about 3 to 4 inches over there. Kick up off the soles of the feet and bring those knees back into the chest. Arms are still out wide like airplane wings. We start to drop those knees down towards the left elbow this time, drawing them up as high as you can, and then really flexing those feet, trying to create a nice little 90-degree angle here with those legs. Good. Looking up to the ceiling, working to draw that right shoulder into the mat. Maybe you want to look out over those right fingertips. Feel a nice stretch through your neck. Jatari Parivartanasana, intense side belly stretch. So we really want to feel like we're rinsing out that side body, rinsing out through that belly. Good. Flex those feet a little bit harder. Draw that eye gaze back up to the ceiling. And then inhale, bring those knees back towards the chest. Drop the soles of the feet into the mat. Recenter that spine. And then kick up, bring the knees in towards the chest. Opportunity to show those knees some love. Give them a little kiss today. Chin comes into the chest for just a moment. Maybe flex those feet and point the toes, stretching through the tops of the feet. Good. Release the shoulders, release the head back down. Kick the feet up towards the sky. Hands come down, arms come down beside you. Good. Slowly, extension through the heels. Begin releasing everything into the mat. Now, the slower you move, the more activation through your core you're going to get here, guys. So if you don't want any core, just release. If you want that core, really extend out through those heels, stretching those legs long, and move as slow as you can possibly stand to move. Really activate the core. Feel everything turn on. Maybe you hold and hover here at the bottom of the mat. Hold, hold, hold. Point the toes, flex. Point the toes and flex. And release whenever you're ready. Coming into that final pose you've been waiting for, Shavasana. Letting it go here, guys. Tucking the chin into the chest, bringing the shoulder blades back and down to lift that heart space. Arms down beside you, where you can bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. Let the hips hang heavy. Let the legs hang heavy. You can walk the heels out if you'd like, really creating extension through the legs. Maybe you bring them zipped up together. Choose your own adventure, guys. And close your eyes. Let it go. Just breathe. Nice work today, guys. I'm so proud of you all for doing your best to make it to your mat as often as you can, choosing these videos and maybe even flowing alongside me as I do them live. I really enjoy being able to have these opportunities, even from home, to work with you guys. It's such a blessing. I hope that you take a little bit more time for yourself here on the mat, laying in this Shavasana. Inhaling deeply and exhaling fully. Resisting that urge to fidget, resisting that urge to move. So really find a comfortable place, because once you get there and you start to really sink in and go in deep here into that breath, once we start to resist that urge to fidget and resist that urge to move and wipe our sweat or move our clothes, wiggle that toe, whatever it is, just know that those necessary, air quotes here, guys, necessary movements aren't necessary. It's just your ego talking. It's just your ego trying to get in the way of you finding and really sinking into your magic here. Keep inhaling through that nose, slowing down that breath. Good. Now without moving, guys, no need to move here. Just listen to my voice. Start to draw your attention to your heart space. Say to yourself here, I feel the truth in my heart. Deep breath in through that nose, out through that nose. Draw that awareness up into your throat, up into that throat area. And say to yourself, here I speak my truth. Good. With the eyes closed, allow that head to hang heavy. Allow the eyeballs to hang heavy. Allow the jaw to fall loose. Bring that awareness all the way up to your third eye. Say to yourself here, I intuit the truth. Taking as much time as you can here to relax and meditate, focus. The love and the light in me sees, honors, and respects that same love and light in you. With all of my heart to yours. Namaste.